Hello there, kindergarten friends. I am here with Miss Lambert, and she's going to tell us a little bit about herself. Miss Lambert, what was kindergarten like when you were in school, and what were you like as a kindergartner?
Oh, I loved my kindergarten class. My teacher was so fun and made everything fun. My favorite memory in kindergarten was definitely St. Patrick's Day.
Oh.
My teacher made us green pancakes and ham. And then as we were going on and working in class, somehow the leprechaun came without us even noticing, and we got gold coins. And
oh my gosh.
The room was so decorated. It was so fun.
That's awesome. What a fun memory of kindergarten.
Yeah.
That's so great. Miss Lambert,
Okay.
if you were an animal, what would be like your spirit animal? What animal embodies you the best, do you think?
I would say I'm a boar because I am determined. I make goals and I do everything I can to reach them. In fact, becoming a teacher was not an easy road for me, but I endured and
Here
made
you
it
are.
through. I also would say I'm a possum because I love to have fun.
Those are two we haven't heard yet, so
Yeah.
that's awesome. I like those two. That's so fun. Miss Lambert, if you weren't a teacher, which job or career do you think you would have chosen?
I've always thought that I would love to be a baker, start my own bakery.
Oh, awesome. Yes. What's your favorite thing to bake?
Chocolate chip cookies.
Chocolate chip
For
cookies.
sure.
So yummy.
Yes.
That's awesome. Miss Lambert, what are you most excited about for this next school year?
What I'm most excited about is actually being a full-time kindergarten teacher. Since I've only been part-time this year, I'm ready to meet more kiddos and go all in.
She's going to be amazing. Yeah, she gets to be morning and afternoon. So if you have Miss Lambert, this is her, and you guys will get to meet her next year. Have a great summer, and we'll see you in August.
See ya.
Hello, kindergarten friends. I'm here with Mrs. Parrish, and she's going to tell us a little bit more about herself. Mrs. Parrish, what was kindergarten like when you were in kindergarten, and what were you like as a kindergartner?
When I was in kindergarten, my teacher was Ms. Egghart, and then she got married and became Mrs. Prantel.
Ooh.
So I remember that.
It's a fun name.
And my favorite thing in kindergarten is we had a housekeeping center, and I got to play house, and we even had a wooden ironing board and a wooden iron. I still remember that, and playing with the food and the dishes. We also did something really cool called work jobs.
Oh, fun.
And we played, and our moms came and helped us do the work jobs, and we learned all kinds of things. I loved kindergarten. When I was in kindergarten, I was really, really tiny. I was a little tiny girl. And I still remember one day on the playground, I broke my arm.
Oh.
Yeah, but I was okay because I love to play, and I got better, and I had a good time. I loved kindergarten.
That's so fun. That sounds like such a fun time.
Yeah.
Mrs. Parrish, if you could be an animal, or what would you say maybe, what animal is like you the most? What animal is your spirit animal?
I think a rabbit.
A rabbit?
Yeah,
Okay.
a rabbit. Because rabbits are really soft and nice and kind and sweet, but sometimes rabbits can be fun and wild and adventurous and do fun things. So I think I'm a rabbit.
I like that answer. That's great. Mrs. Parrish, if you were not a kindergarten teacher, what job do you think you would like the most?
Ooh. So when I was in kindergarten, I wanted to be a mom and a teacher during the day.
Oh, yes.
And an artist and a writer at night. I had it all planned.
Your whole day,
Yeah,
every day.
when I was 5 years old, I had it planned. So I am a mom and I am a teacher. So I think I would probably want to be a writer or an artist.
That's perfect. Use
Yeah.
those creative skills
Yeah.
you've got. That's so fun. Mrs. Parrish, what are you most excited about for next year?
I am most excited about meeting my new friends and having fun and learning in kindergarten. We have a brand new science curriculum, and it is so amazing. We get to build things. We get to learn about animals. We get to learn about the sun and do experiments. I am so excited for
That
next year.
sounds so fun. All right, my kindergarten friends, this is Mrs. Parrish, and you guys are going to have an amazing year next year in kindergarten. We'll see you next year.
See you soon.
Hi, first graders. I'm here with Mrs. Swayze, and she's going to tell us a little bit more about herself. Mrs. Swayze, what was first grade like when you were a first grader, and what were you like as a first grader?
So first grade was my first experience in school that I really remember. I don't remember kindergarten as much. And so I loved school so much, and I loved my teacher so much. And I remember it being just It's such a happy place to be. And that's one of the reasons why I decided to be a teacher, is because school was always such a happy place to be. I was kind of a shy little girl, very quiet, and always wanted to please my teacher. Always wanted to be like the one who does all the right stuff. So I just loved first grade. That's why I love to teach first grade.
Your classroom is that way. I would say it's a happy, fun place for our first graders to be.
I hope so.
Miss Swayze, what is your spirit animal? What's an animal that you feel like embodies you?
I've been thinking a little bit about this, and I would just have to go back to a very simple dog.
Oh, okay.
And it's because I think dogs can be very adventurous, love to be outside, having adventures, but they also love to just cuddle and snuggle. And I'm just kind of that way. I love adventures, but I also love to be home, enjoying my people. And, you know, a dog is a person's best friend, right? And I just really think that people are my favorite. So that's why I chose the dog.
That's perfect. That's a perfect answer. Mrs. Swayze, if you weren't a teacher, what job would you like?
I already know that. I would want to be a grandma.
Oh, yes.
And I get to do that eventually as well and still be a teacher. But yeah, I would be a full-time grandma if I could.
That does sound like a fun job. Miss Swayze, what are you most excited about next year?
Okay, most excited about no mask, right? My favorite is first grade faces, smiles with those toothless grins, and I've missed that all year long. So I'm super excited about no masks. But I'm also excited to meet little people and to become new friends. I get to make friends with like 25 or so new little people, and I just love to make new friends. So I'm excited about my new friends, and I'm excited about no masks.
No masks is going to be so great.
That's right.
All right, first graders, this is Mrs. Swayze, and if you're in her class, you will see her next year. Hope you're having a great summer. Hello, first grade friends. I'm here with Mrs. Myers, and she's going to tell us a little bit about herself. Mrs. Myers, will you tell us a little bit what first grade was like when you were a kid and what you were like as a first grader?
Oh, I loved first grade. Like, my first grade teacher was my favorite teacher. She was so much fun. She even came to my wedding.
Oh my gosh.
But I was kind of a quiet, scared. I was scared to get lost in the school. So I was so grateful for my teacher who made me feel comfortable and knew that she would take care of me. And I hope I can be that kind of a teacher for first grade.
Absolutely. You will be. Yeah, so great. If you could say one animal that most embodies you, or your spirit animal, what would you say your spirit animal is?
Okay. Well, I think I would be mostly like the family dog. Like, I'll do anything for a treat, you know? And I love to find a nice warm place by the window to curl up with a book or have a nap. And I love going on walks. I just recently moved to Mendon, so I walk all through Mendon, and that's what I think I like.
That's perfect then. Yeah, absolutely. Mrs. Myers, if you were not a teacher, what job do you think you would have liked to have done?
Well, I recently just built a new house, and I would love to be an interior decorator. Like, if I wasn't a teacher, I would love to just decorate houses all day. It was really fun picking out paint and all the things that I wanted to do for my house, so I would love to do that as a job.
You'd be really good. I've seen the inside of your house, and it is beautiful. You would be very good at that. All right, last question. What are you most excited about for next year?
I'm excited to be teaching a new grade. I'm excited about first grade and all the fun things that we're going to do, and all the new students that I'm going to get to meet, and the teachers that I get to work with. It's going to be a fun year.
Yeah, it will be great. All right, first grade friends, this is Mrs. Myers, and you will see her next year. Hope you're having a great summer. Hello there, my first grade friends. I'm here with Mrs. White, and she's going to tell us a little bit more about herself. Mrs. White, will you tell us what first grade was like when you were in first grade and what you were like as a first grader?
I lived in Hiram, and I went to first grade, and I remember my first grade teacher was Mrs. Forsberg, and she stands about this high. I was nearly half her size. Sweetest lady. But I was quite shy. And I feel bad about that, because I feel like when I have a shy person in my class, I want to help you become friendly with everyone. And so I missed out on making friends. But there was this one girl that had a retainer in the first grade, and she would take it out and it would be red. And I wanted a retainer, just like sometimes first graders want glasses. I wanted a retainer, and so I would suck on one of those Jolly Ranchers until it was flat on the top of my mouth, and I had a retainer.
Homemade retainer. I love
Delicious.
it. Tasty one too. Mrs. White, if you could pick one animal to be your spirit animal, what would you pick?
The Tasmanian devil. Because
That's
it
perfect.
never sits still. And in first grade, we do something every 15 minutes. So get ready to Tasmanian with me.
That's right. Lots going on in first grade. I love it. Mrs. White, if you were not a teacher, what do you think you would have liked to have done for a job?
Play the piano for a theater and make goodies to make people fat like me.
Well, you're good at both those things. Your goodies are delicious and you're an amazing piano player, so that's so fun.
Oh, we try.
Yes, last question. What are you most excited about for next year, Mrs. White?
You. I am most excited to meet you and to watch your teeth fall out, because that's what happens when you're 6 and 7. Some of you have probably already lost it, they've all lost your teeth, but it happens a lot in first grade. And to watch the miracle of how you start to read real stuff.
That's so fun. You guys are going to learn so much with Mrs. White. We'll see you next year, first graders.
See you soon.
Hello there, second graders. I'm here with Mrs. Ammett, and she's going to tell us a little bit more about herself. Mrs. Ammett, what was second grade like for you, and what were you like as a second grader?
I loved second grade. When I was in second grade, we talked a lot about animals, and when we're in second grade in my class, we'll talk a lot about animals and how they get to go ahead and use their adaptations to help them survive. So I'm so excited to have you guys come in and learn about animals and how they survive with me.
Animals are the best. That's going to be so fun. Mrs. Ammett, what is your spirit animal? What animal is most like you?
If I had to choose an animal, I'd probably say something like a dolphin. I love to swim. In the summer, I spend as much time as possible in rivers and at pools.
Very fun, and you're a great swimmer too. Mrs. Ammett, if you could do a different job other than being a teacher, what would you choose?
Teaching has always been my dream job. I've loved teaching. Something that I did before teaching, it was I was a lifeguard, and I actually ran the pool at the university, the hyper pool, and I really enjoyed that. So if I had to choose something other, I might choose that because I enjoyed doing that when I was there.
Awesome. Okay, Mrs. Ammett, last question. What are you most excited about for next year?
I'm so excited to meet all of you guys. I'm so excited to see you guys, and we'll have a great year.
Awesome. All right, second grade. Hope you're having a great summer. We'll see you in August.
Bye!
Hello, my second grade friends. I am here with Miss Milligan, and she's going to tell us a little bit more about herself. Miss Milligan, what was second grade like for you, and what were you like as a second grader?
Second grade was probably my favorite grade out of all of school. My teacher was Miss Getman, and she happened to be best friends with my next door neighbor, who was also like an extra grandma. And so I always got spoiled in second grade. So I loved second grade.
Great teachers make classrooms so much fun. All right, Miss Milligan, what would be your spirit animal if you could choose one animal?
My spirit animal would probably be Yoshi, because I love video games and I also like to eat treats.
That's the perfect combination. I love Yoshi. That's great. All right, Miss Milligan, if you were not a teacher, what would be a different job that you think you would have liked to have done?
I'd probably like to be some sort of scientist or engineer.
I can see that. I can see that. You've got that kind of mind. All right, last question. What are you most excited about for next year?
I'm most excited to meet my new incoming students. I've seen a lot of them, but I haven't been able to see most of their face with masks this year. So I'm excited to be able to see their cute smiles and meet all these new kids.
All right, second graders, this is Miss Milligan. We will see you guys next year. Hope you're having a great summer.
See ya.
Hello, third grade friends. I'm here with Mrs. Hanson, and she's going to tell us a little bit about herself. Mrs. Hanson, what was third grade like for you when you were in school, and what were you like as a third grader?
I loved third grade. I remember my favorite memory of third grade was we had to learn about 2 animals and then create one with both of them. This is Octobear
Oh my
from
gosh.
third grade, with some help from Mom, of course.
That's amazing.
Yes, but my favorite thing about third grade was that's when I learned to love reading.
Yes.
And I have hundreds and hundreds of books and thousands on my Kindle because it is my favorite thing to do. Well, one of my favorite things to do. So yes, I love third grade.
Third grade is great for reading. All right, Mrs. Hanson, if you could be a spirit animal, or what's your spirit animal that embodies you as a person?
It's definitely the gummy bear. The
Yes.
gummy bear because number one, I love candy. Number 2, it just came to me because when I was a kid, my dad called me Sugar Bear. So it
Makes
has to
sense.
be the gummy bear because, well, lots of reasons. I'm a little squishy too. I melt in the heat. It's perfect. Gummy bear.
Perfect. I love it. The gummy bear. That is a great spirit animal. Mrs. Hanson, if you were not a teacher, what would you like to have done for a different job?
Well, that's really interesting because my first choice wasn't a teacher. I was in banking and I played with money.
Interesting.
And it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Cash, it smells good, but it's really gross. But I decided I wanted to play with something even more valuable. And I got a chance that not very many people get, but I got to choose something else. And my husband said, "What, you can do whatever you want. What do you want to do?" So I said, I want to be a teacher and play with other people's kids.
Very
And
cool.
so then I became a teacher and I love it.
Absolutely the best. And we're lucky to have you, Mrs. Hanson. All right, last question. What are you so excited about for next year?
There are a lot of fun things we've got planned for next year. So we're going to be making roller coasters. We've got forts planned. Of course, we've got multiplication like crazy going on. It's going to be a lot of fun. And that's not even to mention Harry Potter.
Guys, it's amazing. You're going to love third grade and you're going to love Mrs. Hanson. We will see you in August, my friends. Have a great summer.
See ya.
Hi, third graders. Guess what? I'm here with Mrs. Turnbow, and she's going to tell us a little bit about herself. Mrs. Turnbow, what was third grade like when you were a third grader, and what were you like as a third grader?
I was a tomboy when I was a third grader, and so didn't have a lot of girlfriends. I hung out with all the boys and played all the sports. So that was me in third grade.
Well, that sounds like fun. Mrs. Turnbow, if you could say, like, what's your spirit animal, or what's an animal that most embodies you, would you say?
An animal, let's see, a chicken. I have chickens, I love chickens, and I think that represents me because I always like to have lots of kids around me. I grew up in a big family, and I like to have lots of kids at my house with my girls and my students. I just like to have a big class, so that's a chicken for me. So
All your little chicks.
All my chicks,
All around
yep.
you. I love it. Mrs. Turnbow, if you were not a teacher, what job do you think you would have liked to have done?
Oh, I thought about this last night, and I would definitely like to be a librarian because I love books, I love to read, and I love to help kids learn to love to read and to find books and series that they love, and just so that they love to read, because I think if you're a great reader and you love to read, then you'll be successful in anything you do.
I love that. That's great. And you would make an awesome librarian. All right, last question. What are you most excited about with next year's school?
Every year I get excited for a new class. It's like getting new kids and learning getting to know new students and new personalities, and I just love to get a new class. Even though I miss my old class, I love to get new students and to start a new class. So
It's
that's
like
what I'm
a clean
excited about.
slate every year, starting fresh. I
Yes.
love that. That's so awesome.
Yes, it is.
All right, third grade friends, this is Mrs. Turnbow, and we will see you guys next year. Have a great summer.
See you soon.
Hello, Mountainside students. I'm here with Miss Renee, and she's going to tell us a little bit about herself. Miss Renee, what was elementary school like when you were in elementary school?
It was interesting. I went to a school in Tremont, so it was a teeny little school with not very many of us, and it was really interesting. I was super shy in elementary school, and I didn't dare raise my hand and ask my teacher questions or anything. So, as you see, I'm not shy anymore.
She came out of her shell a little bit. That's awesome. Miss Renee, what would you say is your spirit animal?
I would say butterfly because like Cam said, I came out of my shell. I kind of spread my wings and fly, and yeah, love adventure.
I think that's perfect. Very fun and vibrant. I think that's perfect. Miss Renee, if you were not a school counselor, what other job do you think you would have liked to have done?
I would have liked to have been a vet because I love animals, and I worked at an animal hospital from age 14 all through college, and yeah, I love animals and they're the best.
You'd be really good at that. And last question, what are you most excited about for next school year?
I am most excited to come, hopefully without masks, so that I can see all of your smiling, darling faces, and see your smile on your face. So
Yes.
Yay!
All right, guys. Well, this is Mr. Nay. We're excited to have you guys back next August. Hope you guys are having a great summer. We'll see you then.
Bye!
Hello, Mountainside. I'm here with Mr. Thompson, and he's going to tell us a little bit about what it was like when he was in elementary school. Mr. Thompson, what was elementary school like for you when you were a kid?
I was in kindergarten and we still got to have naps and treats, so it was awesome. But it was pretty laid back in those days.
A little bit different. Mr. Thompson, what is your spirit animal?
A dog.
Why do you like dogs? What?
Because they're just calm and relaxed, and then they get all excited and have a lot of energy, and depending on what kind of dog you have, but they like to work a lot too, and that's just kind of fits who I am. I got lots of energy. I'm kind. I like to work, and then there's other times where you have to put your foot down a little bit, but
I can see that. That fits nicely. Mr. Thompson, if you were not a custodian, what job do you think you would like to have?
I always wanted to be a farmer. Still help my dad around with his farm, but yeah, I always loved animals and cows and tractors and being out on my own like that. So a farmer would be the thing.
It's a good job. Last question, Mr. Thompson. What are you most excited about for this next school year?
I'm most excited to see who I can scare and teachers and what kind of pranks I can pull and whose car I might be able to steal and see what they do back to me. So that's what I'm excited about.
You got to watch out for Mr. Thompson this next year. All right, you guys have a great summer. We'll see you next year. All right, Mountainside. I am here with Mrs. Henry, and she's going to tell us a little bit about herself. Mrs. Henry, what was school like for you in elementary school?
Well, that's been a really long time ago because I'm way older, way older than Mr. Anna. But I loved school. My favorite thing about school was actually reading. And I remember my third grade teacher, Mrs. Dobson, would read to us after lunch, and every day she would put on bright red lipstick while she was reading. She was a professional.
That's awesome. I love it. Mrs. Henry, what would you say is your spirit animal?
Probably a mama bear, just because I love to take care of all my little kiddos at school and my kiddos at home.
That's right. I think that's a perfect one because you take care of about 400 kids, so you do a great job. Mrs. Henry, if you were not a school secretary, what do you think you would have liked to have done?
My dream job was to be a librarian, actually. So one of these days, I'm going to make that happen.
That's awesome. You would do great at that. And last question, what are you most excited about for next school year?
Probably getting to know our younger kids, just because we didn't get to see their faces this year.
Yes.
So getting to know them and their faces and their names again.
That will be so fun. All right, Mountainside. Hope you're having a great summer. We will see you in August.